We are here in Frisco as the sun goes down. It's a beautiful day today, nice and warm down here near Dallas as we get ready for our next fight. And we'll get even younger. 18-year-old Diego Pacheco versus Oscar Riojas. Veteran fighter, 21-12-1. Pacheco again, a full 6'4" as we come your way here at the Ford Center. Riojas, 36 years old, double the age of Pacheco, 5'11". This fight at super middleweight. Big reach advantage as well, obviously, for the unbeaten 8-0 Diego Pacheco. Let's go back to the ring and David Diamante.
Now entering the arena, please welcome Oscar Maestro Riojas.
Sergio, this is a nice venue to make the ring walk. Even when we were walking out to the music, I felt good.
I'm bobbing my head right now.
I was walking through, security's checking me out. I'm like, you know, yeah, I'm next, man. And you see Riojas going in. Imagine him thinking now, like, I am twice this kid's age. It's an 18-year-old kid I'm fighting. Riojas out of Monterrey, Mexico. He has already fought 9 unbeaten prospects in his career already. So he's in here to once again give hard work, as we saw Del Vecchio Savage do just that to Alexis Espino. Riojas will try to give some work here to young Diego Pacheco.
And now, making his way to the ring, please welcome the undefeated Diego Pacheco.
Pacheco, only 18 years old, out of Los Angeles, a full 6'4", very tall for this weight class. He played varsity basketball in high school, which was last year. 18 years old, but he has got pole-axing power. We saw that in Saudi Arabia in his last fight. This is as it was with Espino and Savage, also at super middleweight, but Pacheco, a very different fighter. It should be exciting here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Frisco, Texas, live on DAZN and Sky Sports, we are set to go with a special super middleweight attraction. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing USA. We're sponsored by Tecate, the official beer of boxing, Winline, and JD Sports. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside: Robert Chapa, David Iacobucci, and Javier Martinez. At the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, referee Neil Young. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, standing with his head trainer, Eddie Lopez. He wears the blue trunks with the black stripe. He scaled 167.4 pounds. His professional record, 21 victories, 12 defeats, 1 draw. He's got 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Laredo, Texas, introducing Oscar Maestro Riojas. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands with his head trainer, Rudy Garcia. He wears the brown with the gold trim. He also scaled at already 167.4 pounds. His professional record thus far perfect. 8 fights, 8 victories, 7 of them coming by way of knockout. Representing split team management and fighting out of South Central Los Angeles, California, USA. Here is the young and dangerous red-hot prospect, Diego Pacheco. Pacheco.
There you go. Okay, gentlemen, we know the rules in the dressing room. If you have any questions, remember, everybody my command at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to you.
Brian Kenny and Sergio Mora here ringside. Sergio, let me switch it up. If you're Riojas, you're 36 years old, what do you do? How do you come out in the first round against that kid?
Come out blazing. Come
Really?
out blazing. Yeah, absolutely. Because you know this kid, the later it goes, he's an old bull mentality, mature fighter. So the later it goes, the more comfortable he's going to get. So just jump right on him.
Wow, okay. See, I was thinking stay away. I was thinking get out of there. Look at the ranginess of Diego Pacheco. Again, a full 6'4", tall for 168. And we saw in Saudi Arabia, that was his last bout, an impressive knockout of Salamani Saidi in the first round, where Saidi was down on the ring apron for a good period of time. So he's got, again, I mentioned poleaxing power. He can hit you from across the ring, and he's got incredible leverage. As you can see, you know, like a lot of times a tall, skinny guy like that, Sergio, they're the ones you have to watch out for.
Oh, yeah, Bob Foster type, because they can wing the shots. And another thing why I say that Riojas should jump on him, he looks a little soft around the waist. He doesn't really look like he's in great shape, so maybe he's not in 6-round shape, so jump on him.
Riojas has won 3 straight, but against fighters with a combined 5 wins and 32 losses. So this for him, even though he's the veteran, he's 36, this is a step up in class for him. Slightly tentative against the taller opponent. Yeah, the tall, rangy, skinny guy, like the explosive thin man, right? Alexis Arguello, we'll be talking about him later. Chico Corrales, right? Tall, skinny guys. Bob Foster, guys with tremendous power off a long, lanky frame.
Kelly Pavlik.
Pavlik was a little more built, though, wasn't he?
The
little thicker than
the
that.
older he got, but he was pretty skinny away in. Nice body shot by Riojas there.
Offering up with the right hand, follows it up, and drives Riojas back into the corner. Oh, and a good shot. That is how dangerous Pacheco is, and Riojas able to eat it.
Pacheco stepped back and timed that right hand. Riojas coming in and fell off balance.
Very patient. Look at that, firing off. That's the fast right hand. He's got different speeds on it.
See, this is what Alexis wasn't doing in the last fight. Pacheco is staying on his man Riojas, not letting him breathe, keeping him in the corner, putting that physical pressure.
Moving in, and look, he's got the hammer locked and loaded. That right hand can come firing out. You see how fast it was. Body shot by Pacheco. Well, 18 years old. Again, I mentioned age 20 season for Espino, but age 18 season, I mean, you know, he's just out of high school. And so he comes in here. There's a lot of room to grow. And yet he looks poised, Sergio, doesn't he?
And this is what I like about him, that old bull mentality I was talking about. For an 18-year-old going down to the body like this and showing this kind of maturity, that's what makes him special. And that's why there's high hopes for Diego Pacheco.
Bits of excitement here in the first round as we've finished one here in Frisco, Texas.
Big breath. Big breath. Ok, necesito más golpes, güey. Aquí. Necesito más golpes, ok? Mira, siempre he's always leaning to your right uppercut. Cuando tú le tiras el jab y él se deja venir, güey, y lo vas a contragolpear, él ya sabe que lo va a tirar a la derecha. He's already in that level where you can throw the uppercut, ok? So contragolpeamelo con la derecha. Give me some fintas, güey, para que él tire y tú lo vas a contragolpear.
Then you release your right.
Necesito más golpes este round, all right? Me gusta como tiene las manos arriba, así las quiero.
Keep your hands up.
Así
I
las
like
quiero.
that.
Profundo.
Y relaja la mano. Relaja la mano. Oye, relaja. Cuando tú tiras los peñazos, tíralo relajado, ¿ok?
Be relaxed. Be relaxed. Keep your hands up.
Pacheco's corner would like to see a little more action. As for your advice, Sergio, in round one, I don't know if Riojas has the arsenal to bum rush Pacheco, you know, or at least just apply early pressure.
Or the foot speed. He's a little flat-footed. It takes speed, especially foot speed, to really jump on an opponent effectively.
You see up next, Israel Madrimov, 4-0, all 4 of his wins by knockout, taking on veteran Charlie Navarro. Madrimov also, I can't even call him a prospect. He's a contender. I mean, he's 4-0, but he is already one of the top fighters in his weight division at super welterweight.
Oh, he is a contender. I think the WBA has him at number 3. So no, he's a top fighter.
Fuck.
I have a nickname for Diego.
What is it?
The Fight Doctor. If anyone gets that,
pretty
I
good,
want you to @ Sergio on Twitter.
That's pretty good, BK. Google Muhammad Ali and you'll know the Fight Doctor.
I'm not even going to explain it. So there's 10 people out there. Good right hand by Pacheco. 10, 12 people that say, hey, yeah, I know what he means. Hey, Riojas has a good chin. He's eaten 2 dynamite right hands from Pacheco, and he has stayed up. Another one.
He actually rolled with that first one, but the next 2 absolutely landed.
You can see the power in Pacheco. It is explosive power with that right hand.
And whenever you're dealing with a tall fighter, extremely tall fighter with a 79-inch reach like Pacheco, the power's at the end of it, like that, when it pops. When the elbow pops, you know that he extended the power.
And his timing is excellent, isn't it, Sergio? I mean, it's pinpoint accuracy.
That's what it's all about, BK. It's timing above everything. That's what we're going to see in the main event tonight. Mikey Garcia is at the top of the timing level.
I wonder if we saw more of that, though, as Pacheco was able to really press forward with the jab as the 2 guys are talking to each other. But imagine if he just kept firing out a jab and had that right hand ready to go. Another good right hand, and another clips Riojas and drives him into the corner.
Pacheco not smothering his punches, fighting like a tall man, not falling in and giving Riojas an opportunity to counterpunch him.
I love already, Sergio, what we've seen. I don't want to send too many accolades on this kid going up against a 36-year-old guy, but he has different gears with the right hand. You know, sometimes it's long and straight, sometimes it's lightning quick. It's like a rapier, boom, it comes in, it comes out. I mean, he's just got different speeds on it.
And that's what you got to do to keep your opponents off guard, because they will time your speed, especially when you're dealing with a veteran with over 30 fights in Riojas. So no, I agree with you. Give him the accolades. Not only that, BK, but on the way over here, LAX TSA agent knew that I was coming over here, and he talked about Diego Pacheco.
Really? He's getting fans already.
Break, step back.
Did he give you a break on the line? Do we able to get through easy?
I'm pre-check, BK.
Oh, okay. Final seconds of the second round, and good work so far by 18-year-old Diego Pacheco.
Tiene que estar más relajado. Hey, you gotta smother him, bro. You gotta smother because you're giving him the distance to work, and he's a lot taller than you. You know what I'm saying? Tiene que estar más adentro. Tú tienes que trabajar adentro porque tú estás a la distancia. No le des la distancia, cerrarle la distancia y pégale. Tienes que la mano de él y ya. No. Tú no sientes cómo se siente por él. Está bien. Entonces tú tienes que subir la mano, cabecear. When I say cabecear, your head from side to side. If you drop your head on this side, bring it up with a punch. You come on this side, bring it up with a punch. Boom, boom. You drop it on this side, bam, bam, on the other side.
Here we're going to see the range from the taller Diego Pacheco countering. Nice shot right there. See, when I initially saw this, I thought that Riojas rolled with a shot, but no, he did not. He landed right on the chin, and there's another straight right hand without the jab for Pacheco.
18-year-old Diego Pacheco, again, a dynamite right hand. I mentioned it again, I'd like to see when he throws that long straight jab and he doubles up on it, he is very difficult to deal with. Imagine if he did that on a regular basis. I don't want to criticize him, but if I'm looking for something that could get better, and it will, he's 18 years old. I mean, there are things that you can see where that size could be even, more pronounced and better utilized.
Yeah, you just learn on the job. You learn on the job, you know what works, and you're making things harder for you. If you're that tall with that long of a reach, just make things easier on you with jabs. Frustrate your man with your size and your length. That's how the power lands. That's how you frustrate them. You get that old bull mentality. Right there, Pacheco step back nicely right there. See, he's also athletic. He's not just a big, imposing figure. He knows how to step back athletically and look for those counter shots.
Riojas able to move his head and get out of danger briefly. Riojas, look, he's in here. He's 36 years old. Comes up out of Mexico to take this fight. Just looking to make some money. With his recent prize money that he has won, Sergio, he opened up a juice bar recently in Monterrey. So Oscar is using his boxing money, seed money, opening up businesses. But I wonder if you're Oscar and you say, hey, we got a fight for you. Oh yeah, who? Diego Pacheco. I mean, once you YouTube him, do you say, really? I mean, do I need another juice bar?
And can he get sparring partners that are this tall and this long? That's always tricky whenever you fight a big, tall opponent like this. Who are you going to prepare? Like, what sparring partners are you going to get? Pacheco usually ends things really fast. You know, he has 5 first-round knockouts, so maybe going some rounds at least is good for him.
Decent energy, though, too, Sergio, too. He comes in and hits with the right hand once again. You know, you got to wonder, too, are you going to get, you know, how is the engine? How do you use your fuel, your energy? Pacheco looks like he is able to utilize that energy very well.
And he's stepping back again. I mean, I love seeing that from someone so tall. I mean, he's athletic, he's agile. He knows how to step back and time the fighters, trying to look for that uppercut. I mean, it's a dangerous punch if you're a tall fighter, but he's doing it, he's timing it well.
I asked Pacheco this week, you know, hey, what else do you do, you know, like besides boxing? You're 18 years old. He said, well, I play basketball still. He said, don't tell anybody. Well, it's too late now. He said, I ride a skateboard. And I said, do your people know that? He said, no, not really. He said, not supposed, no riding a skateboard, Sergio, when you're fighting.
He better be careful. My trainer outlawed me from basketball.
Oh, yeah, no, it's got to be banned.
But I wasn't 6'4.5".
Right. I'm ratting him out right now. No more skateboards.
Stop. Box.
Good action here in Frisco, Texas. Brian Kenny, Sergio Mora with Claudia Trejos, Hall of Famer Steve Smoger, Diego Pacheco in the ring now. We've already seen Alexis Espino, and up next, Israel Madrimov, 25 years old, out of Uzbekistan, now living in Indio, California. He's in there with Joel Diaz. There on the left, he'll be taking on 40-year-old Charlie Navarro. Madrimov, I don't know. I just didn't expect the answers that I got, Sergio, when I was talking to Diaz and Madrimov, saying, wait, you want like you want Jason Rosario, you want Jermell Charlo, like you take those fights now, like maybe in a year and a half, 2 years. There's like, no, we'll accept any offers to fight any champion at 154 pounds. How about that?
When you're as experienced and have that amateur pedigree of 300-400 fights, then you've seen every style. Nothing's going to impress you or surprise you.
He's an outstanding fighter. Round number 4. Navarro, by the way, the Madrimov people excited to get a chance at Navarro. I mentioned he's 40 years old, but he's 29-9. He has fought very tough competition. Fought guys like Thomas Delorme. He's been a pro since 2004, so they expect good, hard rounds coming up next. So hopefully we'll get to see Israel Madrimov tested in his 5th professional fight. Here it's round number 4, Diego Pacheco and Oscar Riojas. Riojas in the blue trunks, Pacheco in the brown.
Nice short right hand by Pacheco in there. He's stepping back nicely. I mean, for a tall fighter to be able to check and counter and do that so nicely, it's impressive.
His counter right is a thing of beauty. It's like he times it beautifully. It's accurate. It's something that you can tell that's his money shot.
Even Oscar Riojas right now gave him credit. He thought he was going to get hit with the right uppercut. He said, ooh, like almost.
Straight right hand again by Pacheco as he moves in on Riojas. Also, if you're Pacheco and you're looking at Riojas, as you mentioned it, look, he's not running triathlons, right? It's not like he's in bad shape, but he's not in perfect shape. He's 36. You could put a lot of pressure on him and get that energy to wane, and then you have an easier target to knock out. Nice lead right hand by Pacheco. I mentioned Hall of Famer Steve Smoger, who's with us tonight. Let's drop in right now. We've seen Neil Young in these first 2 fights, so they keep Neil right in there. Steve, your thoughts on what we've seen so far?
Neil's doing an excellent job controlling the fight from outside, issuing verbal commands. But he's got for a youngster. This is a very well-schooled fighter. Clean, very clean.
Right. Steve, thank you. We'll be checking in with Steve throughout the night when it's necessary. A right hand goes across the face of Riojas. Riojas in a bit of trouble. Always good to have Steve on board. When it hits the fan, and it eventually will, Sergio, we'll go to Steve.
Polished, I think, is the word he was looking for. Very polished fighter, Diego Pacheco. Clean punches, too.
Right, this is naturally, doesn't clinch, doesn't tie guys up, won't stay on balance. Again, just kind of a natural in there. Look at that long, lean physique. Little buzz cut, too. That's a clean-cut 18-year-old kid and a good-looking prospect. Nice stick by Pacheco. And again, up next, we'll see Madrimov, and it will be a very different equation. It is something that we go from a 20-year-old to an 18-year-old and then to Madrimov. Only 4 pro fights, but vastly different styles for all 3.
I don't want you in the... Límpiale la nariz, güey. I don't want you in the clinch, bro. I don't want you inside like that. Create space. Cuando mires que él te va a abrazar, cuando tú ya lo conectas, te va a abrazar. No lo dejes que te agarre, que te quite tu space. You gotta maintain that space. Give me jab, jab, right once in a while. Jab, jab, right to the body once in a while. Termíname con el hook.
Todo para frente. Tú te andas quedando atrás y cuando tú te quedas para atrás, él te toca. No dejes que te toca. Todo para frente, con tu cara en el pecho de él. Cerrado, con la mano para arriba. Pasando. Él no te va a pegar aquí. ¿Qué te va a pegar? Por atrás de la cabeza. Ahí no te lo va a pegar. Nomás vela.
Take it down. Take it down. Let's go.
Keep closing the distance.
Let's go.
And work short punches.
You're watching Diego Pacheco and Oscar Riojas. Brian Kenny and Sergio Mora ringside. Later we'll have Joseph Parker, who is ranked number 6, number 7, depending on where you look among heavyweights. He's a top 10 heavyweight. Sergio, give me quick thoughts on what we saw. Tyson Fury wins the heavyweight championship of the world. Wilder might want to trigger that rematch. He has the right to do so. Anthony Joshua, we're going to see him fighting in June. Joshua has multiple belts, even though mostly considered Tyson Fury the champ. Good right hand. If we don't get a knockout here, give me your quick thoughts on what we saw last week with Fury and Wilder.
I thought it was a fantastic heavyweight display of versatility from Fury. I mean, we know that he's an excellent boxer, but he said he was going to push the bigger man, the stronger man in Wilder back and fight him, and he did just that. The first fight, he outboxed him. The second one, he outfought him. So, I mean, a trilogy, yes, it will sell, but for me, I know what I saw, and Tyson Fury, Wilder was lost with him.
It was a fantastic performance, and what I saw there being out in Las Vegas for the week, Sergio, everything I saw about Fury told me he was emotionally, spiritually, physically peaking. He was alert, he was calm, he had it all going on, and that's the heavyweight champ. But I tell you what, if Wilder doesn't trigger that rematch clause, we heard Eddie Hearn talking about Anthony Joshua, good hard right hand. The thought that Joshua Fury now is also thrilling.
Oh, yeah, of course. We would love to see that as well, especially if it's across the pond. I mean, the 2 biggest stars, that would be one of the biggest heavyweight fights in history.
We are willing to travel across the pond. Good 5th round here by Diego Pacheco. Hard right hands throughout, starts to really lay the wood to Riojas.
And willing to mend bridges between promoters, right?
Look, everybody's getting along. We're in an era of détente. Along those lines, Sergio, I heard a lot of Joshua talk over there that week, saying that, hey, yeah, Tyson Fury considered the lineal champion. Now he's probably the #1 heavyweight in the world. You can say he's the heavyweight champion of the world. I'd agree with that. But if Joshua keeps winning, you must deal with Anthony Joshua, and you must deal with him soon. And I tell you what, I think Fury would be favored, but not by an awful lot. I think that's a tough fight.
Because we've seen that Anthony Joshua is versatile enough to change his game plan. He wanted to outfight Ruiz the first fight. He ended up outboxing him the second time, so he has that up his sleeve and in his arsenal.
So we'll see Joseph Parker later, and Parker is a live body in that heavyweight division, and he is one of the younger top 10 heavyweights as well. Final 30 seconds of round number 5. Pacheco a little more relaxed. Riojas in survival mode is eating some good shots in this round.
Yeah, it's hard to take out fighters like Riojas, so experienced in 6 rounds. This is more like an 8-round fight if you want to test Diego Pacheco. Anytime you're dealing with a fighter with 30 fights and really hasn't been stopped that many times, you need more rounds to work.
That was a good 3-punch combination, and that last of the punches, that right hand landed as another one lands as well.
And he found a home for that right hand in this round right here, Diego Pacheco.
La derecha. 6 rounds. Trabájame a la izquierda. Trabájame a la izquierda, güey. La mano. Trabájame a la izquierda. Con la izquierda la vamos a...
As long as Diego Pacheco is, look at the short right hand right here. He didn't really bend it. Elbow in, caught his opponent Riojas right on the mouth right here. Here's that long right hand, that long reach that he has, and Riojas still didn't block it or move or do anything right here. So inside and outside, Pacheco has been effective with that right hand. Right there, he threw away 3 punches just to land that right hand again. So he found a home. Pacheco found a home for that right hand in that round.
You know, you mentioned Bob Foster before, Sergio, and it's not crazy when you mention Bob Foster, who is one of the all-time great light heavyweight champions. I think his first loss was moving up to fight Smokin' Joe Frazier. But he had tremendous knockout power with a long, lean right hand.
Hey, you mentioned Ferdy Pacheco. I got to bring up Bob Foster, BK.
We can go back. People are watching us all night long. They're real fans. And you see here, again, Diego Pacheco, nice prospect. I mentioned again, he's 18 years old, so there's a lot of room to grow. And he's already polished. And again, I'll mention again, I like his motor. I like his energy. He's springy still in this fight. He looks like he could go 12 rounds, no sweat.
Because he knows how to save it and reserve his energy. He doesn't waste any punches. He doesn't smother his punches or fall off balance. When you fall off balance, that saps your legs. You know, when you're a tall fighter like that, that's the last thing you want to do. You want to be poised and in control behind a jab.
And I mentioned Joseph Parker is coming up later tonight. Parker has already been in there with Anthony Joshua. He's got a win over Andy Ruiz. He fought Joshua tough, fought Dillian White tough. Got a win over Huey Fury. I'm sure he'd rather have a win over Tyson Fury. But Parker is going to be a top contender in the heavyweight division.
Oh, he's a good-looking heavyweight, and yeah, like you mentioned, he's only lost to 2 top heavyweights. No shame in that.
And he's 28. Look, you know, Wilder's 34. Tyson Fury's 31. You know, things are moving in his favor. We'll see him later tonight. And up next, Israel Madrimov, 4-0 against 29-9 Charlie Navarro. Decent body shot there by Riojas. Like to give him some credit as he hangs in tough here.
Riojas finally pressuring Pacheco, knowing it's the final round, aiming at that body now, at the chest and the body of Pacheco.
Well, he knows now he's got 1 more minute and he can go back to the juice bar with a little more money. Get some more vegetables.
And like I mentioned, anytime a fighter knows it's the last round, he gets a kick of adrenaline, knowing that this is it. Final 3 minutes, let's get it on.
Right, Riojas is 36. He knows he's like, you know, I can't leave myself with nothing out here. I've got to preserve some energy, some strength. But now he knows, hey, man, I've got this. I'm going the distance with this kid. And I gave him good, hard rounds.
Just like Savage in the last fight and with Riojas now, this is why we see these fighters again. You know, they test prospects and, you know, they're hard to stop.
Savage was a little more of a live body in there, and they had a full repertoire. Hard right hand. Riojas is staggered, and he looks to regain his feet.
Beautiful long right hand that landed right on the tip of the chin of Riojas.
Can he finish this fight? Final 10 seconds now. Pacheco backs off, and then he hits him with another right hand and a third right hand. Neil Young looking close. He wants to stop it. He knows it's the final seconds. Another right hand. Does he stop it? No. Riojas has gone the distance, but it was that close to a knockout.
Almost, and Riojas winking at Pacheco like, you almost got me there. 10 more seconds, and Diego Pacheco probably did get the knockout.
And look, Neil Young, it's not his job to be the timekeeper. We've been through this a lot, right? Not his job to know how much time is left. But he knew, please, 1 more second, 2 more seconds. But he was this close to saying, and the right call, I thought, too. You go either way. Hey, I can't let this guy eat another hard right hand.
No, not at all. And the reason that right hand landed is because Riojas was coming forward, getting aggressive, looking to put the pressure in the final round, and Pacheco caught him nicely.
That was a short right hand, too, man. That was fast. Beautiful work. I'm glad for Riojas' sake he was able to go the distance, but you get into the head of the referee, Neil Young, and maybe we'll bring in Steve Smoger on this. It was that close to saying, this guy's taken too many clean headshots. Let's go to Steve Smoger now. Steve, what are your thoughts on those final seconds?
He did the right thing. You know, it's very important. By going the distance, he avoids a suspension. So a knockout suspension could be up to 60 days.
Okay.
So Neil was aware of only 3 seconds to go. I think he did the right thing.
But he was this close. You saw twice. Yeah, he almost said, I got to stop this.
Yes, yeah. Good eye, Bri.
I like the way he handled it, though, Steve. Like
yeah.
he has a thought and knowledge of the situation, while at the same time, at the forefront, he was thinking, I might have to save this guy.
Exactly. But timing is everything, and he was aware that the bell was coming.
Steve, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Let's get the decision now. We go to David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds here at the Ford Center in Frisco, Texas, we go to the judges' score totals. They read as follows. All 3 judges, David Iacobucci, Robert Chapa, and Javier Martinez, are in agreement. 60-54, all for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated from South Central Los Angeles, California, Diego Pacheco.
All right, Sergio, give me the report card. What do you think of Pacheco?
Getting better and better, handling the big stage like a winner, and this is exactly what you want to see with a prospect. You know, when they're climbing the charts, you want them to see getting better and better by working on the things that you're working in the gym, and I think their trainer, their corner should be very happy with Pacheco because he almost got the stoppage with a very tough fighter, Nosco Riojas.
I'll tell you what, that was it was good, poised work. He's calm. He has tremendous power, as you can see. He closed the show well, and again, he's getting in good work. Let's go back through the fight, but he finished that fight stronger than he started. Let's go back through the fight and start off in the early going with Riojas and Pacheco right away flashing the fast right hand.
It was a long right hand right there, but Riojas was taking the punch as well. He rolled with that first right hand, but Diego Pacheco was finding a home with that right hand, getting closer and closer. 2 times he almost had Riojas out, or at least the referee wanting to stop this fight. But Pacheco, give him credit. You know, he stayed disciplined, knowing that he has a strong man in front of him. He has to stay at the end of the punch, because the only chance that Riojas had was in the inside. And this is one of those moments where you almost stopped the fight right there, the referee.
Neil Young twice, you see him dancing around, was going to stop it, was going to end it. He was that close, but he also knew, I heard the 10-second knock. It's about 7 seconds in. It's got to end soon, but he wanted it to end soon because he didn't want to see Riojas take any more punishment.
No, absolutely, and I think that was the right decision. And you know what? Steve Smoger made an excellent point. He avoids suspension, so he can come back 2-3 months from now. And we know that, you know, fighters like that always want to stay